Welcome to episode one of me documenting my self improvement journey, specifically when it comes to love. Now, look, I'm excited to ultimately film this. Right now, it is September 2nd, 2025. And look, I want to get into exactly why I'm recording this, what the mission and the whole kind of vision of the channel I have, and ultimately how this is going to benefit you. Because I believe that if you are watching this type of video, especially the more that I explain later in the video, and you relate to it, I think this will really help and kind of in a unique way. So I'm not going to lie to you. The biggest problem that I've had really for a while, but especially the past 5 years, that every single year has been eating at me more and more and more, is my love life, my relationships. I guess you can extrapolate this to just with people in general, but specifically when it comes to romantic relationships, this is an area of life that is dead. Not even really a lot. It's not even, it's just vacant. It hasn't really, I haven't really took initiative. I haven't really done anything to actually progress in this life. Or rather in that department, I've taken initiative when it comes to my health. All right, let me start working out. Let me start meal prepping. I've taken initiative when it comes to, business and YouTube and learning skills and developing that and going, more of the business side of things. I've even done a little bit of initiative when it comes to, getting my faith right with God and ultimately bettering that. But the one area that I've been neglecting is my love life. And this has been causing the most pain. Once again, every year it feels like it's been getting more and more painful, not because I'm necessarily single. Like, truth be told, and maybe you can relate to this right here, is maybe it's not the fact that I'm single that is hurting. Now, yes, that does hurt from time to time. I'm not gonna lie to you, of course. Like, of course, I want a partner. But ultimately, it is the lack of effort. It is the lack of effort and is the unworthy feeling that I have in my mind. Whenever I think about approaching a girl, I just get this kind of automatic shutdown in my mind. Like, nope, I'm not even going to allow myself to think about it. And if I think about it, a lot of what do I think about? I think of the negative outcome of it, me getting rejected, me looking like a fool, X, Y, and Z. And anytime that I've tried to take an initiative when it comes to my love life, whether it's like, all right, let me just try online dating. Now, I don't necessarily want to go that avenue. I'm not going to go that avenue. But when I was younger, I was like, let me try it, or let me start actually approaching girls. Let me start talking to more girls. Anytime that I would have these type of thoughts, I would immediately just get hit with this laziness, this kind of wave of, oh, like I'm not going to do it, or I'll do it later. But ultimately, it's just that unworthy feeling manifesting. It's manifesting in real time. And maybe once again, this is something that you felt or that you're kind of dealing with as well. And essentially, that is what I want to document. Truth be told, that is what I want to document. I would love to make this a general self help thing, and I think ultimately I will. But really, what I really want to document is this, because truth be told, this is an area of life that I genuinely want to help people in. And even though it's weird, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've kinda held off on, like, documenting the journey because, I was like, "Oh, well, I'm technically at square one as well. I'm not, healed, so to speak. I'm not healed. I'm not, like," I don't wanna say in a relationship, like, I'm not, I'll get into that a little bit later, but ultimately, I felt unworthy of actually just documenting myself, like, making videos on this topic, because 'cause I'm like, "Who am I to talk about it?" I'm in the same boat. And while, yes, if I was to position myself in a way where I'm an authoritative figure giving advice on this, absolutely, yes, that's where it's bogus because I'm inexperienced. But I thought, hold on, I love documenting myself. Like, I just love, recording myself. I always, record audio files of myself and recording and whatnot. I've been doing this for years. I love YouTube. And I have a problem. I have a problem that not only I want to solve, but that I want to help other guys, other young men, especially between like 18 to 24, help as well. Like, I want to help them as well. Why not combine the two? And once again, instead of doing it in an authoritative figure, why don't I actually document my journey live? Why don't I do it live? Why don't I actually just be as vulnerable and honest as I possibly can on this camera to document my day to day routine of, hey, I did a little bit of healing today. Oh, this day I went out to this social event and I ended up approaching a few people. I got, their number here, that, this and that. that right there, like me documenting this in real time, I think ultimately will not only just help me actually stay accountable when it comes to this, but most importantly is I think that this will really potentially help you actually take the step. Because once again, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. The next few videos that I have coming up on this channel, I'm not gonna lie to you, very personal videos, and they're gonna give more backstory. One of them is I'm 23 and I've never had a girlfriend, and the other video, I've only ever this is a crazy story. I'm not gonna lie. I've only told one other person this. So the fact that I went from only telling one person to now gonna be telling the entire internet, it's a bit scary, so stay tuned for that one especially. But once again, you'll learn more about me in that story. But I ultimately want to do this because once again, like this is a big pain point that I think a lot of guys have. And I feel like it's not really a lot of videos made on actually documenting the process and ultimately helping. This is an area of life that I genuinely believe is a beautiful thing. Like love is a beautiful thing to experience. And the fact that I have let myself essentially just I've essentially just sabotaged myself for 23 years. Well, not really 23, but you get what I mean. Like I've been sabotaging myself, especially the past 5 years. I look at it as like, bro, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and I ultimately need to once again not only just pour into my own cup, but to help you as well because I genuinely want to help you as well on this. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited. Once again, I'm excited, but I'm not gonna lie. I am kind of scared. Not gonna lie. I'm kind of scared because I'm taking a step and actually like documenting this. Like I'm like if I say, hey, I'm going to this social event and I plan on approaching some girls if I see any that I genuinely like, like I have that on camera and it's like, all right, I'm gonna be held accountable. And once again, going back to the whole story of me feeling like me having laziness because I feel unworthy, I'm going to have to overcome that. But the way that I want to do it, I want to do things differently this time. I want to not only do it in by me actually going approaching because ultimately I love as much as I would love to do the mental work and I will do the mental work. At the end of the day, you still have to actually go and do it. You have to get the results. You have to show yourself and build up that proof of concept. I'm over here losing my voice now. But along with me building that proof of concept with, actually going approaching girls, I want to also do the mental work as well, the shadow work, the healing, the identity shifting, all these different things that I'm genuinely interested in because I genuinely do love kind of looking at the psychology and the mindset of certain things. I wanna bring that as well. I wanna bring that as well. I don't necessarily wanna be like the kinda cliche pickup artist type of, person who just solely focuses on the external. The external matters, 100%. I'm not gonna deny that, and this is why I think that this is gonna be a self-development journey in a way as well. But ultimately, the inner is very important as well, and I wanna make sure I can bring that forward because I think that's a little bit neglected in this space, is the internal. Not gonna lie to you, that's all I really have to say. I will say once again to anybody watching this, maybe if you are in the same boat, if you're watching this, you're in the same boat. I hope that you can join me on this journey as well. I'm really hoping that, me and you, we can do this together. We can overcome it. Ultimately, I would say like getting a girlfriend would be the milestone, but it's not. It's not. Getting a girlfriend is not the milestone because ultimately the goal that I want for both of us is that I want us to feel worthy of actually like being loved. And I understand that everybody has different preferences. Everybody's in different seasons of life. Somebody might prefer to be in a long-term committed relationship. That's what they want. While another person wants to go around and be a bachelor type of guy. Or for sure, maybe one person wants to have four wives. Maybe one person wants to, maybe one person wants to stay single and, whatever the case is, I'm not necessarily saying a girlfriend is like, oh, if you don't have a girlfriend, then these videos don't work for you or anything, but it's just that you feel worthy and you feel open. Because truth be told, if I'm just being honest between you and me, I don't even really want a girlfriend right now. Truth be told, like if I actually think of like a relationship, what it would look like in the day to day concept, not like the fairy tale, the good parts of it, the daydream version of it, but just like the actual, what would it be like right now if I was in a relationship on a day to day basis? Right now, this season of my life, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. So even though I'm not wanting to be in a relationship right now. I just want to feel open to one. I want to feel worthy and open to one. And ultimately, if I see a cute girl, hey, let me go approach. So that is ultimately the goal. It's just to feel worthy, to feel confident of it. So then, regardless of what season you're in, you still know you got it internally, not just externally. Not obviously getting a haircut and looking good and all that helps for sure, but just knowing inside deep down that you got it regardless. That is the feeling that I want to provide and that I will provide for and we will get for the both of us. So once again, that's kind of good. That's going to be the mission, and just vulnerability, honesty, authenticity. Those are the values that I want to have, even though those all kind of mean the same thing. That's kind of the values that I want to have in this channel. I'm gonna be real. Being authentic is something that's very hard for me to be. It's very hard for me to be honest, especially on camera, knowing this is gonna get published. But I'm hoping that me taking this step in telling you something that is genuinely like I don't talk about this. Like only like, a friend really knows about this. This is something I don't really talk about. It's something that like I'll allude to, like, yeah, I'm not talking to no girls, but I never explain like why. It's because I feel unworthy and all these limiting beliefs. So, I'm hoping that taking that step, it'll pay off, and it will. It absolutely will for the both of us. So I hope that we can both be honest, authentic on this journey. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. No, matter of fact, yeah, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.